Good morning everyone. So today we will be going to start with microstructure. Okay, as I have already discussed in the previous slide, what do you mean by timber, what are the classifications of the timber, what are the structure of the tree, how we obtain the timber. Okay, so we'll give a quick review on what I have taught in the previous slides. Okay, so as I've already told, the word timber has been derived from an English word that is timberian, which means to build, and the timber denotes the wood which is suitable for all of our building or engineering purposes. And what are the uses of timber? The uses of timber are building construction, construction of bridges and boats, furniture and instruments, railway coach wagons, formwork of cement concrete. Okay, as I have already discussed, what do you mean by formwork? I have already discussed in chapter 3, that is cement. Okay, so next I have already told about what are the general process of obtaining the timber. You can see here the diagram I have been showing. Here in a jungle, the trunk have been cutted, and here you can see here this have been placed here, cut and have been placed, and it has been kept here in a proper shape and size, and this has been loaded. After that, this has been taken to the factory. This trunk or this wood have been taken to a factory, and this you can see it has been made. The timber or the wood has been made, and this has been used for our building purposes. You can see here this have been used for the building of houses. Okay, so next is what are the classifications of the trees. As I have told you, there are two types of classifications of the trees. First is exogenous trees, second is endogenous trees. In exogenous trees, the trees are grows outward and increase in bulk by the formation of successive annual rings on the outer side under the bark. And for example, that are deodar, chill, cheer, sal, teak. Okay, and these rings are known as annual rings. And these exogenous trees have been further classified in two categories. As I have told you, first is coniferous, next is deciduous or broadleaf trees. Okay, I have already told what do you mean by coniferous trees and deciduous or broadleaf trees. I have already discussed with you. Okay, coniferous trees are also known as evergreen trees. Okay, and they do not fall till the new ones have been grown. Okay, but in deciduous trees, they are known as broadleaf trees, and the leaves of these trees fall in autumn and new ones appear in the spring season. Okay, this is meant by deciduous or broadleaves, or you can say next is that is coniferous trees. It has been discussed in the previous slide. It has been discussed. Next is endogenous trees. These trees grows inward or endward. But in exogenous, these trees are grows outward, but in endogenous, these have been grows inwards. And the stems of the trees are too flexible, and thus they are not much suitable for the engineering works. Okay. Next, I have been discussed with you about the structure of the tree. The tree basically consists of three parts. First is trunk, crown, and the roots. Okay, as I have already discussed with you about this, you can see here this is the crown. Okay, and this is the root part, and this is the trunk part. You can see here it has been classified in three types. First is trunk, crown, and the roots. And the structure of the tree have been divided in two categories. First is macrostructure, second is microstructure. So we'll be now discussing about the macrostructure. What do you mean by macrostructure? The structure of the wood visible to the naked eye or at a small magnification is called macrostructure. Okay, you can see here the diagram. I have been shown the macrostructures diagram here. The structure of the wood which is visible to our naked eye or at a small magnifications is called macrostructure. You can see here this is the outer bark, this is the heartwood, this is the pith. Okay, this is the sapwood, this one is medullary rays. Okay, this one is cambium layer, and this one is inner bark. This one is inner bark and this one is outer bark. Okay, so we'll be discussing one by one of this. So first we'll be discussing about pith. The innermost central portion of the core of the tree is called pith or medulla. It varies in size and shape and for different types of the trees. As I have shown you here, this is the pith. You can see here, this is the pith. Okay. So we can say that the innermost central portion of the core of the tree is called the pith or medulla. It varies in size and shape for the different types of the trees. Okay, that pith differs in size and shape for the different types of the trees. Next is heartwood. The inner annual rings surrounding the pith is known as heartwood. It is usually dark in color. Okay. Next is, you can see here, this is the heartwood. Okay. This one is the heartwood. This, you can see that these are the rings. This is known as heartwood. So we can say that the inner annual rings surrounding the pith known as heartwood. It is usually dark in color. Okay. Next bit is, that is sapwood. The outer annular rings between the heartwood and cambium layer is known as sapwood. It is usually light in color, in light and weight. Okay, you can see here the diagram of this. This is the sapwood. I have shown you here the diagram. This is of sapwood diagram, and the outer annual rings between the heartwood and the cambium layer is known as sapwood. Okay, it is usually light in color, in light and weight. Okay. Next is cambium layer. The thin layer of sap between the sapwood and the inner bark is known as cambium layer. Okay. Here you can see the diagram of cambium layer. This is the cambium layer. Okay. So we can say that the thin layer of the sap between the sapwood and the inner bark is known as cambium layer. Okay. So next is, that is inner bark. Okay. As I have shown you here, the inner bark, this one is the inner bark and this one is the outer bark. Okay. So inner bark means the inner skin or layer covering the cambium layer is known as inner bark. It gives protection to the cambium layer from any injury. Okay. So we can say that the inner skin or the layer covering the cambium layer is known as inner bark, and it gives protection to the cambium layer from any injury. Next, I have already shown about the outer bark. The outer skin or the cover of a tree is known as outer bark, and it is the outermost protective layer, and it sometimes contains cracks or fissures. Okay, I have shown you in the diagram the outer bark. So we can say that the outer skin or the cover of the tree is known as outer bark, and it is the outermost protective layer, and it sometimes contains cracks or fissures. Last one is, that is medullar rays. Okay, the thin radial fibers extending from pith to cambium layer are known as medullary rays. Okay, we can also call as medullar rays. So we can say that the thin radial fibers extending from pith to cambium layer are known as medullary rays. Okay, here I have shown you the diagram of medullary rays here. Okay, so these are the parts of the microstructure of a tree. Okay, so first one is, that is pith. Next is heartwood. Third is sapwood. Fourth is cambium layer. So pith I have already told, the innermost central portion of the core of the tree is called as pith, and heartwood, the inner annual rings surrounding the pith is known as heartwood. Next is sapwood. The outer annual rings between the heartwood and cambium layer is known as sapwood, and the cambium layer means the thin layer of the sap between the sapwood and inner bark is known as cambium layer. Last one is, that is inner bark. Inner bark is the inner skin or the layer covering the cambium layer is known as inner bark, and outer bark is the outer skin or the cover of the tree is known as outer bark, and it is the outermost protective layer. Okay, so next is medullary rays. The thin radial fibers extending from pith to cambium layer are known as medullary rays. So now we will be discussing about, that is microstructure. The structure of the wood apparently only at a great magnification is called microstructure. They are classified in three categories. First is conductive cells, mechanical cells, and storage cells. So microstructure I have already discussed with you, and microstructure means the structure of the wood apparent only at a great magnification is called microstructure, but in the macrostructure it is visible to the naked eye or at a small magnification is known as, that one is macrostructure, and this one is microstructure. So next, the classifications of microstructure will be reading in the next slide. Thank you.